Ready? You think you could tell us what to do? You think you could tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down! Degenerate into something cool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. You think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to? Well, you better get used to the way the ball bounces. I see what you got, it measures in ounces. But that's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. Think you're a big man? I'll treat you like you're a little man. Yo, tell me what it's like to be half a man. It must break your heart to see what I am, but that's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. You think you can tell me what to do? You know who you're talking to?
And we are back here on the air, here in WIXQ 91.7 FM. You are listening to What is Savage. Frank, go ahead and speak.
Can you hear me?
Can you do it again?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Paul.
That's wonderful.
So, Sean is back with us. Chris is not here. So, you know what? Strike one for Chris for not being here this week. So, right now, Chris is leading the boards with one strike. So, what I'm thinking is, I think what we need when we do talking segments is music in the background. So, I'm just going to find random wrestling songs to play in the background.
Oh my gosh.
Like right now, we have one playing. So, whenever we speak, you'll hear the Kurt Angle theme song playing in the background. So, yeah. All right. You know what? Let's just jump into it. So, we'll do what's going on in our lives. Might as well. So,
Well, who has the better story? Who wants, or should we save it the best for last?
you want to save the best for last. Why would you start it out?
True.
Then everybody else is just like lame and by
Well, who has the
comparison.
worst story? to start
Probably
with?
you. So, why don't
Me?
you start?
Okay, fine. Well, if we're gonna start with what happened last week, let's see. Oh, Wednesday. I have a good start. So, I told you guys last week how I was gonna go to the casino, right?
Yes.
Well, I got my biggest win ever,
And
it
that
it was over $700.
Wow.
on
How much
this-
How much did you put into it?
No, I put in $60, which is a little bit more of like an investment for me because usually I usually just play with like maybe 20s at a time and then see how I do because usually I'm like, but it depends on how much you're gonna bet on the machine. So this machine was like a 240 minimum bet. Now here's the thing, this game you're playing 4 games at once and it's called Wonder 4 Wonder Wheel. And this is my favorite Wonder 4 game because it has like, a wheel that you can spin and you can win like jackpots. And I chose the Buffalo Gold version of it because Buffalo Gold is one of my favorite slots that I play. And the jackpot was really high. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to play it. I'll put in $60 because I don't know how much I'm going to win because sometimes the bonuses can be okay. If you only get like just the regular free games, it's not gonna be that much because it's only 60 cents a bet because when you're playing 4 games at once and 240 bet, it divides itself, so that's why you only get 60 cents. Now, but the thing is, I got the super free game, so that means you get to play all free game. You get the free games, but you get all 4 of the Buffaloes that you're playing at once, so it's like all the 60-cent bets goes into the 240 bet. So, and I kept getting re-triggers and multipliers, and long story short, I ended up cashing out over $750 on that game.
I will be completely honest with you.
Yeah?
I stopped listening after I won $700.
Oh my
I
god.
heard Buffalo and
I-
I tuned out pretty much.
So
Well, I'm not explaining it again, so you'll have to hear it again off the air.
I guess I'll have to hear it when I record this and
Yeah.
upload it. Which, speaking of which, I did not upload last week's show, so I'm going to upload last week's and today's on Friday because I unfortunately could not start work this week because of the snow. So I am technically, I know what the definition of unemployment is. I am not technically unemployed. Unemployment means that you look for a job.
You're
and
actively looking for a job.
that he knows what it is. Wow, you learned something from economics.
Yeah.
So, I have a job. It's just I couldn't start it.
Yeah, because
So-
of the snow.
Yes. So I start next Monday. So it's a nice early spring break for me to do homework.
That's right.
So I will take my time on Friday to upload both shows. And you're probably gonna ask, why don't you do it tomorrow since you don't work? And in reality, I'm not going to because I'm going to do more homework.
Good job. Taking initiative.
Thanks. So, anything else going on in your life?
Let's see. Last Thursday, I was busy with schoolwork because I had school all day. It was a busy weekend for me because I was pretty much working all weekend because we were kind of like short on staff at work, so I had to work all weekend and help out there. And then Monday, yesterday Monday, I had the day off, so I ended up I made a Target run because I needed to get something for my trip. I ended up getting a bathing suit because I didn't think the other one fit me at home. I didn't even try it on yet. And then today, oh my goodness, this morning, so I left the house. So, okay, let me start with this. So, this morning, I put my phone to the charger in the kitchen because it was a little low. So, what I did was I warmed up my car because my windshield was frozen because it was pretty cold. So I did that. I said bye to Maggie, and I left the house, and I came to school. And as soon as I got out of my car, I was looking for my phone, and I'm like, where's my phone? Turns out I left my phone at home, so I had to go all the way back home to my house and get my phone that was still charging. Now, I live like 20 minutes away from here, or even longer with traffic, so I had to go home and get my phone and then come all the way back. It was a pain, but I ended up finding a good parking spot in Macumsey Lot, so it all worked out. That's how my week went.
That's it?
Yep.
Thank you. All right. So, Sean, go ahead.
Alright, so with mine, pretty much doesn't really start until this week. I worked over the weekend because I always work weekends, and then Monday came around. After I got off work, my friends that I used to roll with in Smite or whatever came back to me, and they were like talking about how they needed like a teammate or whatever. So I've never been one for the superstitious third time's the charm thing, but I say retirement because that is what it was considered since I played something professionally and then stopped playing it. Technically, I was retired. So my third time coming out of retirement is going to be the last time I play this game. I am restarting that cycle again. This time I'm going in with a full team full of friends. So it's going to be interesting, and I think I'll have more fun in the game because, again, the game became a chore rather than fun, and you're supposed to have fun while you're playing a game or whatever. So that finally came to full circle after the whole 2 weeks of saying, hey, it might happen, this might do this. So other than that, I don't have much for my what happened.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me tell you my interesting week.
Oh boy.
So, I went to Washington, D.C. last week. I left Wednesday morning. I drove my car. There were 7 of us that went down. We went to a conference, political conference, saw some representatives, became friends with Ted Cruz, saw the Vice President of the United States, and saw the President of the United States. Roll your eyes over there all you want. So, listened to what was supposed to be an hour speech turned into a 2.5 hour speech, listening to the President. I enjoyed myself because I got to listen to things which were interesting. Got to listen to Benjamin Watson and Demario Davis of the Saints. They were both interesting speakers. The hotel was free to use after we were done with whenever time we wanted to end. So I stayed till about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock each day to listen to people. And then the pool was open. We could use that. We could use the gym, do whatever we want. Spent a lot of money with food because it's expensive down there. Came back Saturday, right around 6-ish, maybe 7. And let's see. Sunday went out for dinner at Red Lobster. Then the snow came. Monday did not go to work, so I did homework. And then today, Frank, you're going to love this one.
Ooh.
So I got up this morning to go to my 8 a.m. class because I'm a good student. 8 a.m.s, that's where I am. Well, I left my house, okay, and I went to the intersection right across from McDonald's and Wise, right there in Millersville Pike, and my car died
Not again.
right at the intersection.
Oh, no.
So I had to get Brittany to come out and help me. We pushed it over to the side, and my car wouldn't start while I was sitting there trying to start it up. So tow truck came, and it started right up. So we were thinking it's a fuel pump issue, which is expensive. Took it to the garage, and at that point I was already missing my second class. So I was 0 for 2 right there with classes. So now I have no idea what's going on this whole week. And it's only Tuesday. So the garage got it. I was hoping I would get the car back. We got it there around like 10. I was hoping to get it back before my 4 p.m. class. 043 did not go to class because they called me at 4 o'clock on the dot, telling me my car was ready. They could not find anything wrong with it, so that was a good thing. So my car is fine, but it seems like they fixed my four-wheel drive while they dropped my gas tank, so I guess they like indirectly fixed it because now I guess all the gunk got out of it and it's not stuck in four-wheel drive anymore. So there we are. So what could have been a $800 to $1,000 repair turned into $50 to just drop my gas tank and find out everything's okay. And I know what you're thinking. They didn't do anything, so why'd I pay him $50? Most places, they charge $100 an hour just to look at your car.
We're probably for labor.
Yep, so for 6 hours of labor, all he did was charge me $50.
That's not bad. That's not terrible, though, for that.
So,
I mean,
here I am.
And it could, like you said, it could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
So here I am today, doing the show. Feel like an Olympic gold medalist. That's going on in my life. So that's it. So let's get to some music. Actually, yep, we have time. I thought we were going on 7:20 already. I was getting upset. I didn't think we were going to play any music. But we're going to do some music, and then we will be back to do Stories of the Week in about 20-ish minutes. Sound good? All right, so let's get started with our first song in the playlist. So stay here with us here on WIXQ 91.7 FM. You're listening to What a Savage. And we are back here on the air here in WIXQ 91.7 FM. I thought I lost the headphones, but they were on my head the whole time. So it is time for Story of the Week. So let me get off of this page that for some reason I'm still on. Frank, do you have your story ready, actually?
I do.
Why don't you go ahead?
All right, so unfortunately I was looking for kind of like a funny story, but couldn't really find one. But this one's a kind of like positive story. So this one, it says HIV is apparently another cure has been reported.
I saw that. I was actually going to do that story.
Oh, you were?
I was going to. I did not put it in, but I thought about it.
Okay, so I'm trying to find some more info because I was really interested. Do you remember where I think this had something to do with in England? That
It was in England.
Okay,
It was
hey,
in.
shout out to England.
I think it was actually in. I'm probably 100% wrong, but I think it was in London.
Okay, well, shout out to London. Well, I wasn't really born in London. I was born in like Windsor, but still close enough. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting because apparently, and I just found out it apparently was like I think 12 years ago, like from the date where like they had the first apparent known cure. So I thought that was really cool. So I feel like hopefully maybe this is good news for somebody who does suffer with this terrible condition, that maybe one day there will be an eventual cure, and maybe cures to other diseases out there, because we shouldn't have to fight those diseases.
Well, I will add in the details that you did not put in about that. So they did stem cell research and used stem cells to get rid of their HIV by way of the stem cells that were used. Apparently, let's see, the stem cells that used were mutated enough where it was like it would not allow the HIV to come through. So it was like a stronger barrier. It is a step towards curing it, but not like the stem cells that they use. Eventually, going to run out of their stem cells, so they can't. And not everyone can get stem cells.
Yeah.
So that's why they are trying to promote stem cell research, which I'm fine with. Some people are not fine with stem cell research. Same thing with like organ donors. Like some people are.
Yeah.
You're either for
I
organ
know it's
donations or you're not.
I think it's like a issue with something like.
But I mean,
something,
like, for example, like, I'm okay with organ donations because if I'm dead, then someone else can have my organs.
Exactly,
I don't know why
yeah.
they want my organs exactly, but they could probably find better ones out there. But they can gladly
Yeah,
have
they might
mine.
not want your organs.
Mines are probably, like, refurbished.
Just not your
So,
kidneys. Don't
yeah.
want your
So,
Wait, are you an organ donor?
I am.
Okay.
Are you?
I'm not.
God.
I should
Frank.
get that. Maybe,
Selfish.
God,
maybe
selfish.
Whoa.
Hey, well, let me say this. I'm supposed to get my license renewed in a few months, so maybe if I have the opportunity to change it, maybe I should do it.
You're not going to.
Well, I can if I want to.
But I feel like you're not going to.
But maybe I will. You never know. You never know what you could expect from me.
Yeah, we'll see. So, yeah. Is that your story?
Yep, that's my story.
All right. Well, my story is a man survives being trapped in his vehicle for 5 days by eating. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No,
You look
nothing.
very
I was-
excited about
No,
this.
because I was about to react.
Oh, okay.
Oh my, he survived after eating what?
A man survives being trapped in his vehicle for 5 days with his dog
Oh.
by eating taco sauce.
I actually heard about this one.
You did? Okay.
I did not hear about this one, so tell me more.
All right. Tell me more. Tell me more. All right. Grease. So, Jeremy Taylor, who's 36, told a friend that Taco Bell fire sauce saved his life after 5 days of being trapped. Okay.
Ooh.
So, a man and his dog survived being trapped in their vehicle in deep snow for 5 days by eating packets of taco sauce. He and his dog Allie were stranded on a forest road near a place in Oregon, Sun River, Oregon, after Taylor's Toyota 4Runner became stuck in heavy snow. The pair had set off on Sunday to buy petrol and slept in the vehicle overnight, but awoke to find more snow had fallen overnight. So Mr. Taylor, who is an avid outdoorsman, told police that he kept warm by periodically starting his engine and used a few taco sauces packets as food. He had attempted to walk out but returned to the car as the snow was too deep. A missing persons report was put out for Mr. Taylor, and a snowmobile man found him and his dog. And when the snowmobile person found them, he was completely fine. He was just hungry after 5 days. So he was saved.
And I guess the dog was okay too, right?
Yeah.
Good.
I guess the dog had taco sauce too.
Okay.
So that is my story. You know what? I just realized we did not use the music I had put aside because the page just came up.
Well, you can save it for the sports
We're,
segment.
we're going to.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Alright. So, I guess I will do the story with did you guys hear about Luke Perry?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So, Luke Perry suffered a stroke that hospitalized him on February 27th. He is the actor. He plays in Riverdale, and he would have played in Beverly Hills 90210. He was 52 years old. He suffered the stroke on February 27th, and he was hospitalized. He survived up until March 4th. So he was under observation for the 5 days, but he unfortunately died on Monday. He was surrounded by, like his family, his son, his fiance, or his son, his daughter, his fiance, his ex-wife, his mom, and his brother Tom Perry. and then they just unfortunately he finally passed away that morning, and they're not releasing any more details besides that. They were going to reboot the Beverly Hills 90210 show, but they announced that the day he went to the hospital, so they're kind of gonna have to wait for him to get out of that. He also, I don't know if you knew this one, but he has a a brother who is a wrestler. I can't remember the wrestler's name, but he is signed currently to AEW.
Had no clue.
No, yeah, well, he has a brother that's a wrestler. So there you go.
All right, then. So there we are with your stories of the week. So let's get back to some more music, and we'll be right back here on WXQ 91.7 FM. You're listening to What a Savage.